Hello everyone. In our last video we discussed if market's main job is to find this fair value. We have also discussed about two primary charting systems that is designed to identify this fair value. So we have discussed about market profile and we have discussed about volume profile, but our focus was more on the volume profile in our last video because this is the series we are discussing in detail about volume profile. In case if you have not watched the last two videos of this series, I will provide those links here in the description and you can see at the end cards, so you can go and watch those last two videos so that you will get connected to this video. So now let's start today's video, which is a part 3 of our volume profile playlist. So now that we know that why we follow volume profile, let's take this and open and look at its anatomy. There are 3 critical terms you must memorize to read the chart like a pro. Let's see what are those 3 terms. So here it has 3 core components. One is VAH, which is called as value area high, and the other is VAL, which is called as value area low, and the shaded blue region is the fair value zone. So which you are seeing here, the shaded blue region, which is a fair value zone. It represents the price range where all trading volume took place during our selected time frame. This is where buyers and sellers agreed most of the time. They were comfortable trading in this range. They have agreed most of the time in this range. That is where you have seen a very good volume in this area. So generally 70% of the times price will be in range. So now value area high and value area low. What do you mean by value area high and value area low? These are the upper boundaries of this value area, this upper boundary and this lower boundary. This upper boundary is called as value area high, and this lower boundary of this value area, which is highlighted here in blue, which you are seeing, that is called as VAL, value area low. Think of value area as the expense edge of fair value, and think of value area low is the cheapest discounted edge of the fair value in simple terms. So now point of control. So what do you mean by point of control? So this, the big spike which you are seeing here, so which is called as POC, point of control. What do you mean by point of control? So this is the single price level with the highest volume traded. So what do you mean by highest volume traded? It leaves a footprint of big players entered here, and this is the fair value price where big players have entered here at this point. So that is where you see a big volume spike, and even you can see how many number of shares got traded in this volume, how many contracts got exchanged when you got this volume spike. Let us take a simple analogy. Think of the value area is like a widely popular local market. Okay, let's assume this is a shopping floor. 70% of people are browsing and buying here in this supermarket. Okay, the value area high is the high-end boutique section at the back. So here this is the supermarket floor. Okay, so here you will have some items, some goods here in the front, and there will be some goods here in the middle, and there will be some goods here at the back of the supermarket. Think of value area high is the area, the back end area of that supermarket where the expensive items will be placed. So prices are fair, but at the upper limit. The prices in the back end of the supermarkets are fair prices, but they are in the upper limit. Okay, so that is called as a value area high. Now the value area low is a discounted rack. Okay, this is the opening of the supermarket where you enter from here. The value area low is a discounted rack near the entrance. Let's assume this is an entrance. From here you are entering. So whatever racks that are placed here, generally when you go to any supermarket, the discounted racks will be placed at the entrance. So prices are cheap, representing the best bargain within the store. So this is called as value area low. So now we know value area high and value area low. The POC is the checkout counter. So it is the single spot where every transaction is finalized. No matter where people wander in the store, they always end up back at the checkout counter. No matter you buy the price at value area low, no matter you buy at value area high, price will tend to come to this POC. In our example, this is nothing but a checkout counter. Though you buy the discounted items in the supermarket, though you buy the high value items in the supermarket, you have to come to the checkout counter and you have to check out your items. In the similar way, on our chart also, when you apply the volume profile, you will see value area high and you will see value area low. So if let's assume this is a chart. So here this is value area high and this is value area low and this is POC. No matter where you buy the stock, if you buy the stock at value area low, you are buying at discounted price. And when you bought the stock at the discounted price, this POC will act like a magnet. It will pull this price towards the POC. If you buy at value area high, you are buying at expensive price. Once you buy the stock at this expensive price, there is a tendency that the stock will get pulled back to this POC. This POC is a fair value zone where it is going to attract like a magnet. So with this volume profile, you will understand where you have to buy in which area so that you will be on the safer side. Okay, let me give a real example. So let us take an example of a Apple stock. Okay, let us take an example of a Apple stock. So if Apple stock been trading between 170 and 190 range, let's assume, with the heaviest volume trading at 180. So I see the heaviest volume here, which is 180 zone. Okay, and this will be our POC. Where is the heaviest volume? That will be our POC, and this 180 is our POC, which attracts like a magnet. And there is an area here, so with some decent volume, so which is 190. Okay, so this is a value area high, and there is one more area which is 170 with some decent volume, so which is value area low. So value area high is nothing but it is the expensive price. 190 is an expensive price on this Apple stock. 170 value area low is a cheap price which we are getting, or a fair price on this Apple stock. If this stock drifts up to 189, suppose if the stocks from 180, it will go till 189. Let's assume stock moved from 180 to 189 without any major news, or without good fundamentals, or without any volume. So institutions will stop buying because it is too close to value area high, which is 190, which is expensive, and then the sellers will push it back towards 180, which is the POC, which will act like a magnet and which is a fair value price for this stock. Suppose if this stock falls from 180 to 171, buyers will see it as a bargaining price which is near value area low and buys it back here at 171 for the target of 180. So this is a simple real world example. Okay, so with this you will be able to identify where is the fair value, where you have to enter, and where is the expensive price and where you have to avoid buying the stock. You will be able to understand using this volume profile. So simple example, if you see your favorite brand shoes, okay, normally priced at $100, which is our POC, but today they are on sale. There is some big billion day sale or else any kind of sale, Black Friday sale. You will see the same shoe at 75, which is value area low. Do you buy them immediately or wait? So generally we buy them when we see at the discounted price. This is exactly what institutions do when price touches value area low. So now the profile isn't always a perfectly smooth curve. It has peaks, valleys. Let's look at what these peaks and valleys represent and how they act as speed bumps and highways on our charts. So let us see that. As we look closely at this volume profile, you will see two distinct structural features: high volume nodes and low volume nodes. Okay, so this is the value area we know, and here you see a high volume one, and here you see the low volume nodes. Here you see this low volume nodes, and between you see a high volume node. High volume node is nothing but the speed bumps. So these are the peaks of our profile where a massive amount of volume accumulated. So this is where massive amount of volume accumulated, and this is the place here a good amount of volume is accumulated. This represents lots of agreements on price between buyers and sellers. Whenever you see a very big spike in the volume here on the volume profile, so it means that most of the buyers and sellers have made an agreement at this price. When price enters to this HVN node, high volume node, so it slows down here. It slows down here, chops, consolidates, and you will see volatility here because this is where the past memory of price is having here between the buyers and sellers. When price dips from here to this zone, price is going to hold here and it might go sideways, it might be choppy at this level. The market has lot of memory here, so that is why price spends a lot of times grinding through these levels. What is LVN? LVN is like a highway. It is like low volume nodes. LVM is nothing but these are the deep valleys on our profile where little volume is traded. It represents liquidity vacuum because there was almost no agreement on price between buyers and sellers in this low volume nodes. Because there are very few buy and sell orders resting in this zone, price slices through LVN rapidly. If this breaks this high volume node, it will slice down rapidly because there is no proper memory here, or else there is no proper agreement of price between buyers and sellers here. Think of HVN's high volume nodes like a series of busy tolls. Let's assume this is a toll gate. Okay, cars are entering to this toll gate. Every car has to slow down, stop, pay, and then go out of this toll gate. So when all cars are coming at a time here, queue line increases and the movement will slow down here. When the high density of cars coming into the toll gate at once, so obviously the travel will get slowed down because you have to pass through this toll gate in order you to speed up your car. So the travel time will get reduced here when you have the high density of cars queuing up near the toll gates. Think of LVNs like a wide open empty stretch of express highway. Once you are out of this toll gate, there are no obstacles in front of you. There are no toll booths. There are no obstacles. There is no traffic on the express highway. What you will do, you will hit the gas pedal and fly through that stretch at maximum speed. So that is what high volume and low volume nodes represents. So if we take a real world example, there is a stock here, okay, so which is accumulating here in this range 40 to 50, okay, and here again there is a accumulation here between 20 to 30. So here you have high volume nodes, okay, these are high volume nodes. 40 to 50 and 20 to 30 is high volume nodes. In between there is no volume. When price breaks this 40, it can immediately come to this 20 to 30 range because there is no volume here, which represents low volume nodes. So when there is low volume here, when there is no agreement happened between buyer and seller properly here, when price breaks down the high volume node, it will go and search for the next high volume node. Price slides down immediately here, and again it will start consolidating here in this zone. From here it will decide whether it has to travel up, and again if it breaks further down, it will go and search for the next high volume node. That is how price is going to react. Imagine you are trying to drive your home quickly. So would you choose a road with 15 traffic lights? Would you choose a road with 15 traffic lights, or would you choose a road where there are very less traffic light signals and there are no obstacles on that road? Obviously you are going to choose the other option where there are less traffic lights and where there are no obstacles, so that you can reach your home early. In the similar way, price is lazy. It wants to take highway whenever it can. So whenever you see this less volume node, it will take the highway and it immediately will slides down and it will come to the next high volume nodes. Understanding how price moves through these models leads us to a massive trading questions. What happens when price tries to leave an established value area? So we will look into two options the market has, either acceptance or rejection. So this we are going to cover in our next video. Thank you everyone for watching this video.